How's it going, everyone? Texas Man here, back with another video. I hope you guys are all having a great day. If you guys would, please give the video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button, select all for all notifications. I also do stream regularly, Twitch at Douglas447. Head over there, follow, it's completely free, and it would be greatly appreciated. As always, we're going to be talking positives and negatives. We're going to be talking about Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Book 7. This is the 7th book in the mainline Percy Jackson series, titled Wrath of the Triple Goddess. And of course, this is the follow-up to Chalice of the Gods. Now, I've already done a video talking about the Chalice of the Gods in great detail. If you guys missed out on that, I'll leave a link to the Percy Jackson playlist here at the end of the video. No, I have not done a separate video for Percy Jackson 1, 2, 3, or 5. If you guys want me to do that, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll reread them. It's been a while, but I will reread them. I'm planning to reread Sea of Monsters before Season 2 hopefully comes out sometime this year. But we're going to be talking about Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and you can get this book from your local bookstore. I got my copy off of Amazon. On general, this is going to run you about 15 to 20 bucks, and I think that's pretty reasonable for what the book is, in my opinion. So first off, the book does a lot of recapping of what happened in the past book, The Chalice of the Gods, and then it sets up the events for this book. This setup and review and just general, getting you prepared for what happens in the book, it literally takes 52 pages out of the 322 page books. This is a 322 page book, starting off at the very first chapter of page 1 and getting to the ending. That's a lot of time spent on overview and recapping and setup. It just kind of feels weird. Yeah. Things really, unfortunately, because of that, things don't really get going until page 80. So it takes 1/3 of this book for things to get kicked into gear. Now, when they get kicked into gear, wow, this book is actually good. If you guys remember, for me to read a book, it needs to have some sort of mystery element, some sort of character intrigue and development or action. Chalice of the Gods didn't really have any of that. I was just like, really? This is what happens after I save the world again? Yay! Wrath of the Triple Goddess recognizes that it is a sequel to The Last Olympian. And it also recognizes that The Chalice of the Gods, I think the author figured out, hey, people were kind of like, this is kind of boring. Can we get some actual Percy Jackson stuff? This book brings all that back. Now, it's not like the first 5, where there's some sort of gigantic threat. But it realizes, hey, we need some action. There's a lot of good action. We need character intrigue. There's really good character intrigue. And there's mystery and elements of that nature. And it works well. We get to see Chiron again. Hecuba being a human with her tragic backstory, I think it was really cool. And seeing how she was transformed into a hellhound by Hector was emotional storytelling. Now, if you guys don't know, before I dive any further, the whole point of this book is that Percy is trying to get his second recommendation letter. He needs 3 to get into the college that he wants to go to with Annabeth. So he got his first one, spoiler alert, he got his first one after the events in Chalice of the Gods. His mission here is to watch over Hector, the triple goddess, who is famous for Halloween. So Percy has to watch over her mansion and her 2 primary animals, which is a hellhound and a polecat who farts a lot. And of course, things go wrong thanks to Annabeth and Grover being there, basically. And they're trying to go through the city of New York, find the animals, save them, and fix the mansion. and they have to do all this before Halloween, before Hector comes back. And if they fail, Percy will get disintegrated, but if they succeed, Percy will get his second recommendation letter. I'll let you guess which happens. Okay? Around chapter 18, the book goes really wild and kind of reintroduces us to Greek characters that Percy met in other books outside of the mainline series. And it kind of makes those events and characters great for those who have read the books and have the knowledge. But for me, who hasn't read anything outside of the mainline Percy Jackson books, it was really confusing because I'm like, okay, I don't know who these characters are. And I don't understand why these events were so important. So it kind of just went over my head because of that. Also, in chapter 18, the story just goes off the rails. It also does connect to events and characters that were in The Sea of Monsters. And if you guys know me at all, you guys know I find that book to be an extremely boring book. It's not as boring as The Battle for the Labyrinth, but it's still a boring book. So they introduced that in chapter 18 for a side plot, and unfortunately that keeps going until the end of chapter 24. And it just kind of felt really bizarre and weird that they spent a lot of time on events and characters outside of the main Percy Jackson book series, and also trying to connect it to a book that most people just don't like. So I think the author was trying to make it like, hey, go read these books again because they actually were important. You just didn't think so at the time. Now they are, 5 books later. Like, sure. Moving on, I like how Hector kind of changed the course of Sally Jackson's life when she was younger, and she had the ability to see the mist. It kind of offers this what-if scenario of what would have happened if Sally Jackson became a witch and didn't stay the path that she did have, where, she became a mother and, Percy Jackson's sole guardian, basically, until he was able to get the Camp Half-Blood. So I liked seeing a what-if scenario kind of play out. That was really cool. We also do get backstory to Hector in chapter 29 about her school and why she closed it down and why she didn't want to train other people to be witches and whatnot. So that was kind of cool. The solution to repair Hector's house being to revive a dead guy called Petey from 1600 was kind of just bizarre and honestly silly. The fact that Hector's house gets fixed by ghosts, I thought that was kind of just weird. I guess it fits in with the Percy Jackson world. I just was expecting something different. And then we also learned that Petey is actually Hector's son and that he just wants to burn the whole house down because he has a thing against witches, especially his mother. So that was kind of a unique twist. It's something that just came out of left field, in my opinion, but it was a twist nonetheless. Overall, the book has a lot more characters. It has a lot more lore. It has a lot of action, events. There's a lot of drama. And in general, it has a more urgent nature to fix and resolve a problem, unlike Chalice of the Gods. It didn't feel urgent enough. Here, we have a deadline. We have a problem that has to get fixed by our 3 main heroes, Percy, Annabeth, and Grover. And I really enjoyed that. Now, there is still no end of the world threat, and I missed that. That's kind of what made the first 5 books so intriguing to see how it ended. But I will say, though, Wrath of the Triple Goddess, it is miles better than Chalice of the Gods. And I think the ending of this book was extremely satisfying, and I'm curious to see what book 3 has in store. I'm curious, does Percy get his 3rd recommendation letter to get into college, or does something happen where he doesn't get it and the book ends with, Percy and Annabeth not being able to go to college together? Or maybe they just don't go to college at all and, maybe they just get married, have a family, and just settle down and live out the rest of their lives. Who knows? I'm interested to see, though, because of this book, how the next one is going to be. I'm actually excited after finishing this book to see what happens next, unlike with Chalice of the Gods. So, With that, I'm going to give Percy Jackson and the Wrath of the Triple Goddess an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day, and look forward to more awesome videos coming soon. Bye, guys.